Hello everybody, and welcome to a video that really we were hoping we weren't going to have to do. It's been over a week since the FIFA football agent exam, and has been well documented both across our channels and other channels. It hasn't gone well. Tony, let's go back to last Wednesday. And when did you first become aware that there was a problem?
Yeah, well, I was actually flying back from Slovakia for the under-21s tournament, Ryan, and I was in the airport. I started to get messages in the afternoon saying couldn't get on the exam, we had problems, I've been told I couldn't take it, or minutes. We had a flurry of calls. I mean, obviously we did the football agent exam prep.
Yeah.
And we had quite a number of people doing the exam who'd done all of the hard work, all of the study. They'd built themselves up to do the exam on a particular day. And if you remember, sort of quite late in the proceedings, FIFA decided to put some people onto the Thursday as well.
Correct.
I think just with the weight of numbers. So I started to get messages on the Wednesday, same on the Thursday morning. I put a post out on Thursday afternoon late on, got loads of comments. It went pretty viral for our small LinkedIn. But there was obviously a problem there.
Yeah, and the same with me. You know, started to get messages of people that we'd done some work with, people that had seen our posts, and you know, this wasn't an isolated issue, wasn't it? It was clearly something that's gone very, very wrong, and we're not talking about incompetent people here. We're talking about sports lawyers, you know, professional people that are certainly tech savvy, and you know, we had a conversation about whether or not we should put something out in video format. We spoke about let's give FIFA a week to come back, but so far there hasn't been really anything robust from FIFA.
But let's just remind ourselves, because this was the first time this exam's been done in this way, so you could do it in the comfort of your home or your office. But FIFA wanted to put protections in, so there was no cheating, nobody, you know, finding the questions off somebody else or whatever. So they had some new things that they were putting into place, and this was done in a new way. FIFA also had a lot of invigilators on the call, and I know from, you know, just from feedback we've had, the invigilators were very stressed, dealing with a lot of people. Sometimes the communication was very difficult. You were muted, they were talking over you, they were talking to other people. It was all very, very difficult. So some people haven't even taken the exam. Some people have taken part of the exam. Some people have taken the exam but not had access to some of the study materials. There's all sorts of problems that have arisen. And like you say, it's definitely not an isolated incident. We've had too much traffic and too many conversations and exchange of WhatsApp messages for that to be the case. So we were hoping that something would have come out of FIFA by now. It's a week since, you know, the Wednesday exam and the Thursday exam, and at the moment there's only been a few sketchy responses from FIFA, which have largely blamed candidate error.
And which is, I think, what we feel a bit uncomfortable about, really. You know, some of the feedback, and we're obviously not going to disclose any individuals or anything like that, but some of the things that people were being asked to do were very bizarre. Very bizarre. Certainly not in any of the guidance that this was going to happen. The thing for me, Tony, and we spoke about it before, FIFA have made a little bit of a rod for their own back, because the exam's now once a year. You know, maybe we wouldn't be having this conversation if it was quarterly and they could get somebody onto another exam.
You know, we've prepped people for every exam that FIFA have held, and obviously we are based in the UK. There was a circumstance in Birmingham where the internet it crashed for some people, and that was resolved quite quickly and efficiently. And I think we've had some responses, or people have told us about shared text messages and what's been the response, and it hasn't been a coordinated, substantial response. We thought, my advice has been, give FIFA a week to come back to you, to speak to the invigilators to really see what the problems are and how many people it affected. We don't know how many took the exam or tried to take the exam.
Yeah.
We don't know what sort of technical problems that they've experienced.
Yeah.
There was apps to on security wise. There was a lot of moving parts to these exams.
Very complicated, yeah.
And as yet, we haven't had a comprehensive response from FIFA. And I think that's needed, Ryan.
No, it is. So let's just go through some of the practical bits. If you're somebody watching this that has taken the exam and you've had problems, what do you think it's important for those people to do?
Yeah, I mean, the advice that I've been giving is make sure you log it down, make sure you let FIFA know by email. You've been corresponding with them on the platform and the regulatory email. There's also an agents department email that you could copy in if you want to, but make sure they know what problems you've had and really detail them. What you said to the invigilator, what the invigilator asked you to do. We know from talking to people, the invigilators were very stretched and very stressed.
Yes.
And if FIFA speak to the invigilators, I think they'll find that the pattern emerges.
Yes.
So you've got to make sure you've logged it. But they've got a couple more days. Let's see if they, come out with something tomorrow or early next week would be great. Because what happened at Birmingham was they allowed people to take it in another way.
That's right.
Give them another date, and that would be great. If they said, all right, come back on the 18th of July, all those people who've been affected, and we'll let you retake it or resit it or take it for the first time.
Yeah,
because you can't really wait another year.
No,
particularly if you've planned and how you're working with your agency that you're with.
Yeah, I mean, some of the feedback has been, this is really important to my job and what have you. So if you haven't shared your story, please do as Tony says, but feel free also to message to us as well and share what has gone on. So Tony, that's the candidates. What are we doing? What can we do to try and shed some light on this?
Yeah, well, we've got some contacts in FIFA, and we know some people on the FIFA Football Agents working group. So let's see if FIFA can resolve it, which would be great. That's the best thing.
Yep.
And have a solution for some of those people. But like I say, next week they've got it's 2 weeks until the people the people who took the exam find out whether they passed. But if you actually took the exam and it was affected,
yes,
that it might be the difference of 1 or 2 answers that you weren't able to complete because you didn't have enough time or whatever it was, or access to resources. And those people, if you didn't pass, and it does say, the decision is final, but I think you should raise it if there was a problem and you've raised it and then you find out you've passed, well, that's fine.
Yeah.
You're all right. Just crack on. But if you've failed, but you've already raised the problem, it's those people who fail and then raise the problem. It's not going to look very good, is it? It's better to raise it before you get your results.
Yeah. So we're following some lines of inquiry with the network that we've got, and we'll certainly share anything that we hear back via our channels. And then finally, in terms of what you're looking for from FIFA, I don't think this is about FIFA bashing at all. We want people to be able to take the exam in a safe and reliable environment. Of course we do, and it's also in FIFA's interest to get people passed and get people operating.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
what do you want to see from a leadership perspective from FIFA on this?
Look, agents were broadly supportive of the exam coming back. We didn't really want it to be abolished in the first place.
Yeah.
And obviously, FIFA have done the best to try and make it fair and equitable, and so nobody can cheat the system, which is so important as well. But there are, it has affected a number of people. We know how many, we're not sure, but it has affected lots of people. And let's, FIFA just to draw a line under it, come out tomorrow or early next week and say, yes, there's been problems. This is how we're going to solve it. And I think it'll die down then, and it won't be so much of an issue. And for me, an exam date 18th of July so people can get themselves back up and prepped.
Yeah, sure.
Because a lot of hard work's gone into it, and you know how stressful exams are. You know, this is a particularly stressful environment because you're dealing with the IT of it as well. So, you know, and if you have passed, well done. Good luck to you guys. If you find out in a couple of a week or so's time you've passed, all well and good.
Brilliant. Thank you, Tony. So, a few practical bits there. If you have had problems, please let us know. Please lodge that you've had problems with FIFA. Certainly will feedback if we hear anything anytime soon, and we'll see what the next few days brings, and certainly into next Wednesday when we find out the results of everybody as well. So no, thanks for watching. Please share and share any comments and experiences that you've had. As I said, I think this is about trying to move on, get a resolution and move forward as what it is anything else. And hopefully in the future we won't have these problems.
Yeah, and good luck.
Good luck
with the results. If you're waiting for them, you successfully did the exam and you're waiting for the results. Good luck.
Thanks, Tony.
Yeah, I